Now, I want to just talk about something I've been building for a while now. If you've been on this path for any amount of time, whether you've just started or you've been practicing for years, there's a good chance that you've hit the same wall. You've read the books, you've got the tools, you've followed the courses, you've done the work, and something is still missing. Not missing because you're not trying hard enough. It's missing because nobody ever gave you the foundation. Most people who come to magical practice are self taught, and that's not a problem in itself. Some of the most powerful practitioners I know are entirely self directed. I am myself. But self directed learning has a blind spot. It gives you depth in areas you're drawn to and leaves gaps everywhere else. And those gaps have a way of showing up at exactly the wrong moment. The spell that doesn't hold, the ritual that feels hollow, the practice that worked for a while and then just stopped working. We usually think of that as a technique problem, but it's actually a foundation problem. What I'm talking about is coherent, progressive, ground up development as a magical practitioner. A format I've built and refined over years, an approach that has consistently produced real results for me and for the people I've taught. And that training has been at the center of everything I've built inside the Temple of the Horned Serpent. And until now, it hasn't been taught outside that particular context. I'm changing that. I'm launching the Crooked Path Masterclass, 8 months of live training in foundational magical art, delivered once a month via Zoom. This is the actual first degree curriculum of the Temple of the Horned Serpent. It hasn't been simplified or softened or adapted for a general audience. What you receive is the real training, the same practices, the same cosmology, the same practical sequence that forms the foundation of everything else I teach. The course is structured around 8 gates, 8 sequential sessions, each one opening the next. At the spine of the whole course is a progressive awakening of the energy centers, from the third eye in month 2, down through the root and sacral and navel, through the heart, the throat, and all the way up to the bindu at the crown in month 8. That's the developmental architecture that holds everything else together. So, gate 1 lays the foundation, the philosophy, the daily practice, protection, shadow work, and an introduction to divination. The things most people tend to skip, most of those areas anyway. Gate 2 opens the lunar current, the moon practices, ancestral veneration, sigil magic, and the third eye work. Gate 3 takes you into the compass round, your personal worldview into the crooked path, and introduces the deities of the path and the magical tools. Gates 4 and 5 move into the elemental world, the 4 watchtower journeys, paw breathing, directing elemental force, candle magic. Then gate 6 is the heart. It's where we meet the fetch beast and do the fetch beast journey. We do puppet magic, introduction to the Hecate current, and riding the dragon. In Gate 7, we introduce the mirror box, the concept of the mirror box, and honest self examination as magical preparation. And Gate 8 brings it all together, the Bindu and Nada Yoga as the culminating practice of the course, with a look at Toltec practice also. Now, this is for 3 kinds of people. So, if you're just starting out and you want to begin properly, not with a YouTube education, not with a single traditions bias, but with a real foundation, this is for you. If you've been practicing for years and you know there are gaps, places where your self-directed study left you without context or coherence. This is for you. And if you're an experienced occultist who has gone deep into ceremonial magic, chaos magic, Wicca, traditional witchcraft, or any other path, and you're looking for the layer beneath all of it, this is for you. You'll be required to start from the very beginning and strengthen the foundations you already have. But personally, I always find that to be incredibly beneficial. So the format is simple. It's once a month via Zoom, approximately 2 hours of teaching followed by a Q&A. And every session is recorded and made available to all enrolled students. Between sessions, you work with daily practices, guided exercises, and a companion text for each gate, as well as suggested reading to reinforce your work. There are 2 payment options. There's a single payment of $480 for the full course, or you can pay $75 a month over the 8-month period itself. All the details, the full breakdown of every gate, the reading list, everything, that's on my website. The link is in the description below, and you can also find it, little info button up here somewhere. I've been teaching fragments of this for years. Until the temple tiers on Patreon, I didn't really offer the whole thing as a training program, and now you can get the complete, coherent, progressive training transmitted live from start to finish. And that's what this is. If it's for you, you'll know. The link is below.